Hi class, another video. I would like to review the 5-paragraph essay. Why? The first go around, a minority of students actually wrote a 5-paragraph essay. As you progress through your career here at Ashford, the first thing you need to do is look at the criteria. Are you writing a 1.5-page paper or a 3-page paper? This will help you understand how to narrow the focus. If you're going to write 3 pages, you can write a little bit more. You can have a little bit wider focus, 1.5 page. Okay, to illustrate this point, I'd like to share with you one of your classmates' papers this last week. It was a delight to read, intriguing. Number 1 problem, it was 7 pages. And there was 2 focuses in this paper. Let me explain to you. I'm only telling you this because I think it will be beneficial to help you understand the focus of your paper. I had many students say, yeah, I was just trying to write. I thought the more I write, the better it would be. But no, we're trying to learn the 5-paragraph essay. We're wanting to learn structure in this class. That's why I don't want you to do research. I want you to choose topics that you consider yourself an expert on, so you don't need to do any research. The first thing I asked this student to do was bring it down to 3 pages for her final. The second thing was narrow your focus. Why would I say that? At the beginning of her paper, she began writing about the importance of seatbelt safety because she was in a car accident, and that's what this essay was about. The other portion of her essay was about the miraculous comeback that she had from being almost an invalid to praise dancing in her church. So that was pretty exciting. At the beginning, I felt it was seatbelt. In the middle, I felt it was the recovery. At the last, she kind of came back to the seatbelt issue. So I asked her, you need to narrow your focus. Is this paper going to be about seatbelt safety, or is it going to be about your recovery? And it took 7 pages to talk about both of those. I think the seatbelt could be covered in 3 pages pretty well. Her ordeal she went through, that still would be pretty hard to do in only 3 pages because it was such a horrific accident and such a wonderful ending to the story. So anyway, I only give that to you as illustration on how, look at your page limitations, look at what you can cover adequately in a 3-page paper, and then make your decision on what you want to write about. Briefly, let's review the introductory paragraph. I have a paragraph here that you can read along with me about the adage, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I've wondered about that all my life. Could it be true? So there's my hook. The hook is an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And then I have a couple sentences in there that give you a little bit of my background, why I want to know this, and what I'm going to try to prove. Then my thesis is, I believe that yes, an apple a day is a very healthy thing to do. This is what you have to do as an academic. You must make a decision. You can't just leave it open-ended. You have to make a decision on something that a reasonable person might disagree. For instance, in our first essay of this class, many of you wrote about going back to college is beneficial. Well, my dad is a reasonable person, but he doesn't believe that to be true. So you need to write a paper that will convince my dad that yes, education is a good thing. So that's what you want to do in this thesis. It's your opinion, it's an assertion about the subject, about the topic. And then the last part of this introduction, you're going to preview the body, which is your 3 supporting points. Your 3 supports that make your thesis to be true. Now let's look at the body of the essay. Basically, the body is developing, expanding on that last sentence in your introductory paragraph. You've listed the 3 points. Now you're going to write in the same sequence that they were listed in that introductory paragraph. You're going to write about them in the body. So whatever was listed first, that will be your first body paragraph, and the second, and so forth to the third. Now, it's very important for each one of these paragraphs to begin with a topic sentence, which would, in this case, your first topic sentence is going to list Alzheimer's. The second one's going to talk about diabetes, and the third one's going to talk about cancer. And then that topic sentence is followed by 3 or 4 supporting sentences which back it up. Moving on to the conclusion, you do 3 things in the conclusion. Number 1, you're going to signal to the reader that you're ending. Now, many of us in academia don't like to say in conclusion, but in this textbook it says you can, so you may. You can use that type of verbiage if you want to. Second, it reinforces your thesis. And third, it ends with a strong statement about the topic. Many of you did a very good job on that this week. Let's keep it simple. As I've been saying, this is an entry-level class. We're not worried about research. We're not worried about writing eloquently, although some of you can. But what we're worried about is learning the structure of writing, the organization. One last thing. Most of your essays that you do at Ashford will be in third person. You will only write in first person when you are asked to write a narrative or reflective paper. All the rest of them are third person paper. I have a handout about writing in third person in the announcement section of the classroom. So if you have any questions about writing in third person, go to the announcement and there's a document there from the Ashford Writing Center, which will help you. If you have any questions, as always, I am here for you.